Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So in this one, I want to talk about some teaser images that we got for The Walking Dead Season 10B. There's a lot of images. I'll leave a link down below to where you can see a lot more. I just want to focus on the ones that really caught my eye. And yeah, I'm super thankful that The Walking Dead's Twitter account posted these because they just look amazing. The second half of the season, I am absolutely hyped. And it really is because of this image right here. This image of Yumiko, Eugene, and Ezekiel. Notice how they're in a city environment. I really think what they're looking at is either the princess or the Commonwealth. It's going to be the princess, Maggie, or the Commonwealth. This is likely happening probably episode 14, 15, around there. And there are more clues than just my opinion on that, and that has to do with Ezekiel and stuff. So, of course, before jumping in any further, I do have to warn you, obviously, for spoilers for the first half of Season 10 of The Walking Dead, and also spoilers for the comic, I guess the Commonwealth arc and the Whisperer War arc. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this. I post reviews, trailer breakdowns, and I guess news breakdowns, and all that kind of stuff. We're about 18 days now until The Walking Dead returns, so yeah, I'm super hyped. But let's jump in. I want to talk about this first photo. So here we see Ezekiel, Eugene, and Yumiko, and the reason why I do think this is Commonwealth related is because, first of all, they're in a city. In the comic, this is what happens. You have a few people who, I guess during the Whisperer War, it's kind of after the Whisperer War actually, so Angela Kang is changing it up here, but I've already talked about this actually earlier in the season. If you've been subscribed to me since I did my episode, I think it was episode 5 review of Season 10, I mentioned in that video that I think Ezekiel's illness is teasing the Commonwealth and their trip there. It's going to be their motivation to go over there and I guess find more, well, just get treated, I guess, right? And I think that's exactly why they're going. Because you have this shot here of Daryl and Ezekiel. It's almost like Ezekiel has already told everyone at this point and he's going out to go and get help. And I think this is probably happening around episode maybe 13, 14. It depends on when he tells them. He could tell them much earlier. Like this could be happening in 11 or something, right? He could tell them then and then maybe he leaves in 12 or something like that. And then we don't see him until, or him, Ezekiel, and Yumiko until much later. The idea is that through Ezekiel's illness, it's a more original and clever way to get them to the Commonwealth because with the way our communities are set up right now, there's almost no point in them reaching out to anyone else. They're fine on their own. They're not struggling. They really, really are fine. But this is one thing that they definitely could use some help with. They don't have the technology to be able to help Ezekiel with his illness. And so they're going to go to the Commonwealth or Ohio, or I guess it depends on where the Commonwealth are related. In the comic, it's Ohio. It could totally be different on the show. And so I think that is what's happening in this photo. I think Ezekiel's already decided to go, and this is happening around episode 14. And also to further support my, I guess, idea or theory on that, we have this shot here. This is happening probably around episode 11. This is going to be the battle at the hilltop. We see Ezekiel here actually fighting here. So if this is happening in 11, and we think Michonnes' final episode is going to happen in 12, this could be happening in 13. But I really feel like Alpha's death is going to be in that episode just based off of the shots we got from the teaser. And also, she has to die at some point before the Whisperer arc ends. And I think the Whisperer arc for sure is ending this season. There's no way they're going to end the season with Alpha's death. And that's the cliffhanger with that horde going after Alexandria. And then they'll deal with that in season 11. Maybe they do that. But I feel like they're really going to condense that because there's so much stuff going on with like Michonne's exit, Maggie's return, and etc. So killing off Alpha in 13, Negan brings her head back to Alexandria and stuff. In 14, we get some of this Commonwealth stuff and the princess. And then in 15, the Whisperer Horde and all of that. And then in 16, maybe some Whisperer Horde stuff, but we'll see Maggie's return and then the introduction to the Commonwealth. I think that's how it's roughly going to play out. We also have some images here. They're cave images. This one here is of Daryl. You see Carol and everyone else in the background. We have this shot here of Aaron, and he's getting water from the cave. It's kind of silly. I don't know how long they've been down there. Maybe it's been a very long time, but to me, it feels like they've been down there for half an hour, and he's already doing that. I guess that is smart, right? You might as well collect water while you can, if that is what he's doing. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing. And then we have this shot here of Connie and Kelly. Again, the only shots we see of Connie are in that cave, so I don't know, it almost seems obvious. Maybe it's because I'm looking at it through that lens where I think Connie's gonna die, but I don't see any footage anywhere of Connie surviving that. And then we have this shot here of Daryl and Carol and they're talking and all that, so super cool shot. I really can't wait to see how this cave stuff is gonna end. Obviously, they're gonna get out in the mid-season premiere. I just really can't wait to get past that. I'm also excited to see it because of this shot here, because of what Daryl's doing. Obviously, it's gonna be very stressful. How do they get out of that cave? I'm really worried that I'm going to feel very like claustrophobic. That would be very smart for them to do that, you know, as a storyteller. make your audience feel almost claustrophobic, not being able to escape this cave. Like, I'm thinking of that shot of Jerry trying to squeeze through the cave and all you see is his head. Like, the hole is just that small. Like, ugh, I can't think about that too much. But then we get this shot here of Negan with the Whisperers. And at this point, I think Negan is suspecting that Gamma is the spy. And at this point, this is probably episode 10, I think. Could be the mid-season premiere too, but I think this is episode 10 just because there's a lot of stuff happening in the mid-season premiere. I think this is in 10 and we're going to deal with some Gamma stuff. And also in that episode, deal with some stuff here with Rosita and Gabriel. Now, I think this shot here of Rosita is from the mid-season premiere. I'm pretty sure this is when Gamma goes to the Alexandrians and lets them know of Alpha's new borders, and I'm sure we'll learn some more information from Gamma there, whether or not she is going to be with the Alexandrians, like be a spy for them. And so I think Rosita here, she's having a hard time trying to trust Gamma, but yeah, I think that's what's going on right here. And then we have this shot here of Gabriel with the shotgun, and again, I've talked about this before. I think this is the night that Gabriel dies. I think this is the night here where Beta kills him and they're all forced to flee Alexandria, because if you notice, another idea that supports my theory on all of this happening is the fact that all of the main characters are away from Alexandria. The only real important people there, I guess RJ could be there. Oh no, I think RJ left as well. I can't remember exactly who was there, but Gabriel and Rosita, I think for the most part, that's basically it. Rosita, as we know, is going to be at that battle later at the hilltop, which I think is happening in 11. Gabriel's not there later. He happens to die in the common ground at this point. It adds up. And then we have this shot here of Judith Grimes, and I really want to talk about this photo because I was going to do a separate video on this, but I'll just talk about it here because, why not? I'm talking about all these images, so I'll just combine it in here. But it really looks like Judith. Well, it just looks like a different Judith. Like, she has a different expression on her face, but I really do think this is from Michonnes' final episode. I don't think Judith is going to appear. I guess she could be in episode 11 with Daryl and stuff, but it's nighttime. They're at the hilltop. I think she's at the hilltop right now. And I think here, her out in the woods is related to how Michonne leaves. And so maybe I'm really wanting to believe that this is related. But I feel like in this photo, Judith has just found out that her father's alive and that her mom is likely going to go and get him. And so she's kind of torn about this. It's very, very sad. There's going to be something just very, very tragic about Michonne leaving because she's leaving her kids, right? But also there's going to be something really, really, just heartwarming about it. Obviously because she's going to get Rick, but Judith, she might not really like that. She might be like, well, why do you have to go? Why can't you send someone else? And maybe it has to be Michonne for I don't know what reason. But Judith just does not look that happy. And this could be from Oceanside, sure, but that also could be where Michonne does leave, right? Like, her final scene could be on Oceanside. She could leave by boat. Like, that's exactly how she could leave to go after Rick. I keep picturing she's going to leave in a helicopter, and I really don't think she's going to. I think she's going to leave by boat just because in the comics she returns by boat. She actually travels via boat a lot. I guess they have this little spin-off thing with the games and all that, but yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on here. I think Judith has just found out about Rick, and I think this shot is from episode 12. It's going to be Michonne's final episode, and I really, just talking about that episode, and I really can't wait for The Walking Dead to return. I'm so hyped about it, and just thinking about the episode is making me just crazy, because it's going to be very, very sad. To see Michonne leave, that's going to be very, very hard, and to have certain characters, be more happy with why she's leaving, and have some characters not happy, it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. I have a feeling that we're going to be, just like Rick, right? Like, you're so sad that he was leaving. But with how he left, I still remember sitting on the couch, and when the bridge blew up, I was just like, wow. I was destroyed. I was like, I can't believe that's how Rick Grimes goes. He dies on the bridge, and that's it. And I guess I was thinking, well, I guess it's kind of symbolic too. It's symbolic because he wanted to build that bridge and he died on that bridge. And I kept reading into all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, a couple minutes later, we see him on the shore, gets picked up on a helicopter, and then Space Junk plays. Like, Jesus Christ. Just the perfect ending ever. Anyways, these photos here just make me super, super hyped. Oh my God. I really can't wait for The Walking Dead to return. I hate that we have to wait, 18 more days? It's not too bad, I guess. We're 2.5 weeks away. We've waited a very long time at this point. The first half of the season I enjoyed a lot, but the second half I think I'm going to enjoy much more because of all the crazy, insane, exciting things happening. So make sure to post your thoughts down below on all these images. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want more Walking Dead content like this, just make sure to be a subscriber, and I'll see you guys in the next one.